hello and welcome to yet another enlightening episode of the program that prioritizes you. And why do we do that? Because you are so special. Welcome to yet another wonderful time to get those useful tips that would help you on the program, You and Your Body. I am your host, Miracle Adeni. Welcome. All right, as we do here, we give you useful tips, okay? We are not saying you don't know them. Of course, you might have heard of one or two things we're going to be talking about, but we're here to remind you. We're here to tell you, to give you that gentle push in that positive direction, in that way that's going to help you enhance who you are. And of course, you are going to get tips to enhance your body mentally, emotionally, physically, and of course, otherwise. Welcome. Okay, if you are someone who wants to enlighten yourself, if you want to build yourself mentally, then today is your day, because we're going to be bringing to you useful tips that would help you mentally. And our focus for today is building mental strength. All right, we're going to be giving you one or two information that would help you build your mental strength. Yes, everyone wants to be strengthened. Everyone wants to be built up, because when you are strengthened, you do more, you are more relevant, okay? You are a better person. Everyone wants to be a better person. And you know that the output of one's, the output that one generates in life, it all starts from an idea. Okay, you see a beautiful house. It all started from an idea in someone's brain. Okay, so when you build yourself mentally, you realize that your physical outlook, what comes out, what you see in the physical, okay, it gets better, it gets built up. All right, so we are going to be giving you some useful tips that will help you build yourself mentally and become mentally strengthened. All right, tip number 1, be your own biggest fan. Okay, be your own biggest fan. Be your biggest fan. Don't wait for someone to tell you, okay, you are looking so wonderful, okay, you can do that. You can do that business. You can take up that business idea. You can get that education, that additional, certificate. You can do good in that aspect. Don't wait for someone to tell you that. Be your biggest fan, all right? Every day, say something nice to yourself. Don't wait for a cheerleader to cheer you up before you do that. Don't be always laid back waiting for encouragement. Oh, there's nobody to encourage you. It's because your father, this did that did this, you wanted to do this person discouraged you, that person. No, be your own cheerleader. All right, be your biggest fan. And how can you do that? Say something nice to yourself every day. Every day, say it. You might think it, fine, but go beyond thinking it. Say it aloud. Hear it through your ears, okay? And if possible, you can even stand in front of the mirror and tell it to yourself so that you can see yourself while you are speaking, all right? So be your biggest fan. Say something nice to yourself every day. Let something nice about yourself get into your ears, because the things that gets into your ears are powerful, all right? The things you hear, the things you see, they are powerful, okay? So help yourself. Tell yourself that you can achieve that thing. You can do that, all right? Be your own cheerleader, okay? There's nothing wrong in cheering up yourself. If you want to boost your mental strength, then talk to yourself. It really works. It does work, all right? Reflect on achievements that you are proud of, okay? Probably you've done something in the past that you were really proud of. Reflect on it, but there is a caveat there. Don't dwell on it. Just reflect on it and take the useful things and move on. Because if you dwell on it, there is a tendency that you keep ruminating over it, and you keep getting that satisfaction. Oh, I did that, I achieved that then. And you don't push yourself. You just see, okay, you've tried, you've done something. So while you reflect on it, ensure that you pick the necessary things. And what's the necessary thing? Telling yourself that you can do even better than you did before. Okay? So while you reflect on that past achievement, you tell yourself, oh, I'm going to do better. All right? And this motivates you. You get that enthusiasm that you need to move forward. All right? So please be your biggest fan. Now, that's the number one tip to building mental strength. All right, so let's get to number 2. Learning from challenging experiences. All right, when situations occur, try to learn lessons from that challenge. Okay, probably you did some things in a way that you see, okay, I would have done this better. Then you sit down and analyze. All right, tell yourself the truth, and that's where telling yourself the truth comes in. All right, when something happens, don't just be someone that apportions blame to this. Okay, this is your own fault, this is your own fault, this is your own fault, without telling yourself where you need to make your adjustments. Rather, tell yourself first, this is where I need to make my own adjustment. This is where I need to, do this thing better. Okay, so when you do that, you learn. All right, so learning from challenging experiences. Okay, if we had done this, if we had taken this route, probably we wouldn't have landed here, we wouldn't have ended here. All right, so telling yourself, these are the things I need to learn, these are the things I ought to learn from this experience, it would help you. And of course, when you see yourself, when you see that you need to learn, there is a kind of, okay, let me just give this instance. All right, there was someone who wanted to do something. Okay, he wanted to do something, and he just assumed that this thing he wanted to do, I need this particular thing in the office. All right, so because of that thing he or she needed in the office, he said, because this thing is not available, he can't do it. All right, meanwhile, another person sat down and said, are you sure there's no way we can go about this? And they began to brainstorm, and they realized that what they actually needed was right there with them. Okay, so when you give yourself that stretch, when you give yourself the opportunity, the space to enlarge, to stretch yourself, your mental, you stretch yourself. All right, you realize that when you do that, your brain, your mental capacity also increases. All right, so learning from challenging experiences helps build mental strength. Okay, don't focus on obstacles, see challenges as learning experiences. Okay, and get the best that you could learn from that experience, so that at a next opportunity you would do very much better. Okay, now the third tip I'm going to be giving to you is don't lock it up. Don't ignore it, all right? Investigate it. Try to identify the way you are feeling. Spend some time reflecting, all right, on how these emotions affect your decisions, okay? Spend some time, okay, this very emotion affected this decision, all right? So next time when something like this occurs, I will be more careful, all right, so as not to take the wrong decisions, okay? And these emotions affect your decisions and your lifestyle. And of course, that knowledge makes you a stronger person. Okay, so number 4 tip, daily training. Daily training. Mental strength is developed over months of consistent practice. Mental strength is developed over months of consistent practice. Okay, so you don't just wake up today and say, today I'm going to I'll develop my mental strength, and it must, you give yourself that room. All right, you start today, and today it must get to that 100%. All right, so it's done gradually. It's done little by little every day. Make it a regular practice. Okay, consistent practice. Spend some time every day introspecting. All right, you remember on our last episode, we talked about building emotional strength. And one of the things we told you that emotionally strengthened people do is that they have the me time. There's a time for myself. After you've given out time to everybody, you've discussed with your friend, you've discussed with family, you've discussed with neighbors, you've talked, you've made everyone feel good, then take out some time for yourself. Talk with yourself, okay? And it's also appearing here again on building mental strength. Have some time daily introspecting. Make it a practice. After it mustn't be probably in the night. You could even do it if you have time during the day. It's fine. Probably you are on break or your work schedule permits you to do it it mustn't be when you're about going to bed, because if you're very tired, you might just fall asleep and your introspecting ends there. Okay, so take out conscious time that you are not so tired and you fall asleep. Okay, you introspect, you talk to yourself, tell yourself the truth. Tell yourself the truth and seek out ways that you could get better. All right, that way you are building your mental strength. Okay, so you don't have to train for hours at a time. You don't have to say it must be 1 hour. You could even start with probably 10 minutes. Just sit by yourself 10 minutes. You talk to yourself. Okay, so for that 10 minutes, you know that this is me time. Okay, and as time goes on, you could increase it. All right, so it mustn't be, oh, you don't have 1 hour to sit down to talk to yourself. 10 minutes, 5 minutes for a start is not bad. All right, so would you start that me time today? Well, the choice is yours. Okay, because you don't have to spend hours, because strong habits are developed in small increments. Okay, you keep increasing it every day, every day, every day, and before you know it, you are better. All right, so the next tip I will be giving you is risky confidence. Okay, be ready to take risk while building your confidence. Okay, I was talking somewhere to some people on how they could, engage in public speaking and building confidence. All right, and I realized that many of them they said that they were shy, they were afraid, they've not done it before. Now you must start it one day. Okay, and I encouraged them that even from this very gathering you can start it. Come out before this live audience and talk to them. It could be for a minute, it could be 2, but before you know it, it increases. All right, so take that, you have to embark on that journey. Okay, don't delay it. Take some risk building your confidence. All right, build your confidence. You might see the faces of the people. They're just looking at me. Everybody, what could be running through their mind? Don't worry. Come out. Come out. Stand before them. Make that 1 minute presentation. Make that 3 minutes presentation. And by the time you get back to your seat, there is something you realize, that your confidence level has increased. All right? But if you don't make that move, if you don't take that risk, how would you build your confidence? All right? So take that step. Ensure that you build your confidence. And as your confidence level builds, one thing you should also know is that your mental strength is built up also. All right? So you have to believe in your ability to try new things. Okay? Believe you can rise to that occasion. Okay? Risk taking is a key component of both confidence and mental strength. Confidence and mental strength, they are very close sisters. Okay? They are close sisters. As you're building your mental strength, you have to also know that you should build up your confidence and self-belief. Earn it. In other words, you have to do it consciously. You have to go for it. Don't sit back on your couch, on your sofa, waiting for confidence to dive at you. Okay? Stand up. Go for it. Okay? Take that step. Earn confidence and self-belief by pushing yourself. Challenge yourself to do something more. All right? Confront a long-standing nervousness. Each risk you take builds your confidence. Each ounce of success teaches you to have faith in yourself and shows you just how much you can do. All right? And by the time you do it over and again, you realize that you are already becoming a pro in that aspect. All right, so please, this is an encouragement, this is a useful tip for you, okay, in building your mental strength. Now, our sixth useful tip is spread positivity. Spread positivity. Mentally strong people are some of the kindest individuals that you will come across. A mentally strong person keeps up their positivism and enthusiasm no matter the negativism being dangled at them. All right, probably you just get to the office in the morning with hi, you're so happy, you are enthusiastic, and someone just says something to drag you down. At that point, the choice you make will determine if you are mentally strong. Okay, if you allow that person to drag you down to negativism, then you still need to build up on that aspect. Mentally strong people keep their positivism. All right, and when you desire it, when you have it in you, when it's abundant in you, before you know it, you begin to see it in the physical. Like I said at the introduction, I told you that a house you see on the street, it first existed in the brain, in the mind of somebody. It existed first in the mind before it came to the physical house that you are seeing. So you have to have it in your mind, all right? When you are given, someone gives you a kind of attitude, all right? Your response will show to a long extent how mentally strengthened you are. All right, someone say, "Come, I'll slap you now," and you too, and you just, that means you are almost at the same, at the same stance with that, with what the person is doing. But by the time you calm down, and oh, what is it? Oh, why did I offend you? Oh, sorry. Even that person will go away. By the time he gets home in the evening, he will sit down and think. He's going to see the way I talked to that person and see the way he or she responded. Wow. That's a better approach. All right. So that's how you know mentally strengthened people. Okay. So if you desire mental strength, right, that's how to build mental strength. Maintain your positivism, maintain your enthusiasm. All right, no matter the negativism being dangled at you, try to maintain your own enthusiasm and positivism. Okay, and mental strength helps you in every area of life. Okay, be it your work life, be it your family life, your relationship with people, relationship with family members. All right, it's for your own good. All right, so our next useful tip which I will bring into you is lazy walk. Lazy walk. What is lazy walk? There are some times you just feel lazy. Oh, today let me just lie down, don't do anything, just be there lazing around. All right. Sometimes you don't just feel like walking. You know this thing needs to be done, okay? But you just feel just relax for this moment. Later on, you know, procrastinate. Later on, you stand up and do it. At that point, if you want to build your mental strength, you just help push yourself a little, okay? Give yourself that little push, that gentle push. Okay, just stand up. You can do something. You can do something. Encourage yourself, all right? Stand up and do it. That extra effort, that extra encouragement makes a whole lot of difference, okay? And when you practice it, a day would come, you would do it unknowingly, and it would be noticed. And that's what makes the difference between a leader and a follower, okay? For instance, you're so tired in the office and you just give yourself that little push. Okay, let's just do it. And you do it and it comes out very well. It's going to be recognized. It's going to be said that this person pioneered this, and by the time they're looking for the next HOD, or by the time they're looking for the next boss in the office, you will be the one, because that trait has been observed. All right, so those are the things that makes those little differences between leadership and followership. Okay, so moving on to our next useful tip: embarrass yourself. Allow yourself room for okay, let me reframe it. The more you worry about what people think, the less you would accomplish. Okay, mentally strong people allow themselves sometimes to be they embarrass themselves. Okay, if it's, what are they going to think about? If I post this thing now, probably you are in a group and they are doing a kind of, you know, mental a kind of a discussion that is really, you know, it has to do with mental strength. They are doing a discussion that is enlightening. And say, let me not talk, before they will, you know, laugh. Everybody, you know, give yourself, say something. If you are in a group that they're talking about things that, you know, these are which word do I pick now? Okay, these are things that has to do with mental capacity. Okay, don't be shy. Add your own contribution. That's virtually. Now let's come to physically. Okay, if you are in a meeting and people are making contributions, whatever you think, however foolish it may seem to you, if you are convinced, go ahead and say it. If you make the mistake today, you won't make it again tomorrow. Okay, but if you keep it to yourself, you are not going to build your self-confidence. You are not going to build yourself. But by the time you say it, even if it's not correct, number one, you would get corrected. Okay, you will know the right thing to say next time. And secondly, your confidence level is built up. All right, so that's how to build yourself mentally. Okay, last week we talked about being strengthened emotionally, and today mentally. All right, so I hope you are doing a lot good with these useful tips that we bring to you every day. If you don't even remember all, whichever one you remember, try as much as possible to practice. All right, as we said, little practice daily is what helps you, and that's what distinguishes you from, that's what distinguishes the leader from the follower. Okay, so that's where we're going to be wrapping it up today on you and your body. All right, please do justice to these wonderful tips that we have brought to you. Okay, so let's make it a date, same time, same station next week, of course, on ITVS Immaculate Television Station. All right, and I have been your host, Miracle Adeniyi. Till next week, please keep being your best, and we're coming next week with another wonderful package. See you then.